Alright guys, today we have a gigantic horror collection haul. This thing is almost like coming into camera frame, this stack that I have. It's probably a horrible idea. Gigantic, and I can't even get to the bottom of it. These are all DVDs. I've gotten into the platform more. I used to never buy DVDs, but I don't know why. I've just got a kick to buy them now because they're so cheap, and you just can't find the random horror movies that you can find on DVD on Blu-ray. So those intrigued me, and I wanted to expand my collection of those type of horror movies, and it's just fun. I love thrifting for these movies. I've got all these at 4 different thrift stores in my town. There's a lot more that I just don't go to as often, but it's become a troublesome hobby for me because I'm going to run out of room real quick. We're just going to add this one in here because this was just too much movies to not talk about, so let's get straight into it. Grab your popcorn, grab a drink, because this is going to be a long one. So first up we have The Ruins. Never heard of this one. It looked cool. I'm actually 30 minutes into this movie right now. I started it last night, and I had to pause it because I was so tired, not because of the movie, but because it was 2 in the morning and I put in an 11.5-hour shift that day. But can't wait to finish this one. It's been good so far. So The Ruins, and I'm thinking of, as I do this video, it's a good video to say this, I'm thinking of starting a series on my channel where I review random DVDs, like random horror movies that I've never heard of, that I find on DVD. And I think this might be the first one I do, The Ruins. So that'll be coming up probably, and it should be fun because I love finding just these random horror movies that I've never heard of on DVD that you can't find anywhere else. They went straight to DVD and they stayed there, and they're lost forever. So Stephen King's The Stand. My mom told me that this one was really good, and I found it on DVD, so I bought it. Can't wait to check it out. Lake Placid. I have this one on VHS, and I watched it on there, and I really liked it, so I was happy to find it on DVD. I think there is a Blu-ray release of it. I just haven't came across it yet, and I'm sure I'll probably buy it when I do, but I was glad to find this one. It's directed by Steve Miner, which directed Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3, so it's a good one to check out. A good crocodile movie, the only good crocodile movie I have watched so far, so it's just goofy, cheesy fun, and it's a good one to watch. Check it out. Next up we have Wolf Creek. This is a super underrated horror movie. My brother actually showed me this one, and the sequel is good as well. But this one, it's like, if you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or like desert, summer, like hot movies and gruesome movies, this is like right up there on par with them. I really like this one, and I was super happy to find it, and I can't wait to find the sequel because it's almost just as good. This is definitely one you should check out if you've not seen Wolf Creek and you're a horror fan and you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and movies like that. Definitely one you have to check out if you haven't seen it. Wolf Creek. Next up we have The Ring. I have seen this a long time ago when I was a little kid, but I don't remember it much, and now that I'm watching other YouTubers talk about some of their favorite movies, and now that I'm on YouTube, I hear this one a lot, and this is actually quite a few people's favorite horror movie, and I just don't remember it that well, so I picked it up, and I can't wait to check it out. Then I came across The Ring 2, The Ring 2. Never heard of it, couldn't tell you anything about it. I didn't even know Ring had a sequel. I couldn't tell you if there's Ring 3 or 4. So I have no idea. It looks horrible, but picked it up because I have The Ring. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I really love this movie, and I was glad to find it. I have a lot of fun with it. I need to rewatch it because I haven't actually seen it in a while, so that's why I picked it up. And this is just a good, I think, is it 90s or early 2000s? 97, I think. It says 97 and 98 on there, so one of those. So this is just like a good 90s slasher movie. It feels like Scream. Just another one that came out right after Scream, in Scream's hype. So if you haven't seen it, it's a good one to watch. I was excited to find this one. It's the Final Destination 5-film collection. It's got all of them on there. So I was happy to find this one in just one bang DVD. I got all the Final Destinations now, and I found it for a really good price. I think it was only like $2.50, so I got every single Final Destination for $2.50, so that was a good deal. I only really remember the first one, And I've kind of watched these movies jumbled up when I was little, like hanging out with my friends and stuff. We would watch like Final Destination 5, and then we'd watch Final Destination 3, and then I think the first one is the only one I really remember, so I need to rewatch that one. And the one that opens up with the NASCAR crash, whichever one that is, I have memories of. I don't know why. So that's the only thing I really remember from it. So whichever one that is, I remember. But can't wait to watch these ones and do a review series on them. This one I've heard is absolutely brutal, and I came across it, so I went and picked it up. Hostel. And I've heard this is just a gruesome, nasty horror movie. And that's not really my type, but I gotta check it out because I'm a horror fan. And it was produced by Quentin Tarantino, I think, and I knew it was directed by Eli Roth. I had no idea Quentin Tarantino had something to do with it. So, interested to check this one out. I'm sure it's probably really good with those two guys on it. And yes, the previous owner wrote on it, so, oh well. And it came with a cool slipcover. You don't really see DVDs with slipcovers that often, so that was pretty cool. So, Hostel, can't wait to check it out. I know it has sequels, but I don't know anything about them, so I'll probably just watch this one and then judge off that if I want to watch the sequels. We have Ghost of Mars. I'm not really sure if this is classified as a horror movie, but it's John Carpenter, so I threw it in there. I have another one in here that's definitely not horror, but I threw it in there because it's John Carpenter. This is a John Carpenter movie that I have not watched yet, and he's my favorite director, so I can't wait to check it out. I haven't heard good things about this one, but I usually like anything John Carpenter does, even the bad things. I heard horrible things about his movie Vampires, and I watched it and loved it, so people talking trash about this movie says nothing to me. I can't wait to check it out. The Number 23. I'm not really sure if this is a horror movie or just a thriller, but it has Jim Carrey in it, which intrigued me enough to buy it, and I've never heard of it, so having Jim Carrey in it plus never heard of it, combination for me to definitely buy this movie because I love Jim Carrey. And it looks like a horror thriller, I mean from the back and the cover, and I read the little synopsis. It says psychological thriller, so probably has some horror aspects in it, so can't wait to check this one out. It's probably going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, Number 23. The next two I bought simply for collection purposes because I already have them on Blu-ray. First one being Misery. I really like this cover, and it's one of my favorite horror movies, so I had to pick it up on DVD as well. I have the Scream Factory edition of the Blu-ray, so definitely not needed, but has a different cover. You probably can't see it in there. The more like DVD cover that came out when it came out, probably. And then a little like flap cover that I thought was really cool, so bought that one for collection purposes only. Great movie, check it out if you haven't seen it. Next one is The Shining, one of my favorites. Have the Blu-ray, but bought this, has a holographic cover. I'll probably buy every edition of The Shining that I can find because I really love this movie. Slip cover as well. Has the OG cover on the front, or on the DVD. Picked this one up, love this movie, got it for collection purposes. This one I grabbed because it was only $1. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I like watching this one during October, so for $1 I thought why not just add it to the collection real quick so I don't have to search it up every year. So, Charlie Brown, it's The Great Pumpkin. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, I don't know if you can see them, but these are the action movies that I picked up while I was thrifting. I think there's only 4 of them, if you guys care to know. Dazed and Confused, Kill Bill, Transformers, and Mystic River. So, I didn't really want to add those, but those are the non-horror that I picked up while I was thrifting. White Noise. I know nothing about it, but it looks cool, so I picked it up. That's pretty much all I can say about it. At first I didn't think it was a horror movie, but I started reading like the little tagline there in the back, and definitely the back shows that it's probably a horror movie, so picked it up. Hopefully it's good. Michael Keaton, I recognize that name, but I couldn't tell you what he made. I just know that I've heard that name a lot, so White Noise. This one was a cool find for me. Dawn of the Dead. I've never seen it, but I've been wanting to watch it, and I've heard good things about it, so I don't know if this is like a remake or if it's just this movie. I feel like I've heard this name a lot, so I want to say there's an older one, but I have no idea. But has a lot of good names on it. It's unrated director's cut. Has a cool cover. Zombies movies. The back looks pretty cool for the pictures. Looks like running zombies, so we'll see. Can't wait to check this one out. Dawn of the Dead. This is a weird pickup for me. And by the way, I'm noticing the stickers. If you see those, I don't want to sit here and tear off stickers for an hour and a half. I usually buy whatever movies I buy that has stickers on them. I tear them off as I pick them out to watch them. So, I don't know. If you don't like that, oh well. This one is called The Poltergeist Real Life Hauntings. I know nothing about this. It looks like a documentary, but it definitely intrigued me. It says 6 spine-tingling stories of hauntings and exorcisms. So sign me up. This is something I'll throw on at like 11 p.m. when I'm bored, just staying up eating. So definitely sign me up. Hopefully it's like documentary style, and they go to like locations and stuff. I love that type of stuff. So this one definitely pulled me in, and I bought it for $2. This one I debated on not buying. It looks hideous, but April Fool's Day. I'm pretty sure this is a remake because I know that there's an older one. But this one looks terrible. I just bought it just because it was cheap. So, I don't know. I'll probably watch the original, maybe watch this one someday. Well, I will watch it now that I have it, but probably check this one out on April Fool's Day if I want to do like a review or something. So, went ahead and picked this one up. Looks hideous, but we'll see. Maybe I'm just judging a book by its cover. Next up we have May. This is one that me and my girlfriend watched, I think on Shudder. We were just flipping through one night and we watched it, and we really liked it. It was a lot of fun. Definitely not what I was expecting when I clicked on it, but I was happy to find the DVD. I'll give it another check out. If you haven't watched it, very interesting. It's a girl that just slowly goes crazy over love, I guess you would say. But yeah, it's a fun watch. Definitely like a good October watch. So check this one out if you haven't seen it. It's very interesting. Then we have The Grudge. This one was actually sealed, but I went ahead and opened it. Hopefully it wasn't worth like a lot of money or something. I very highly doubt it. I remember watching this, I think, when I was really little, just like The Ring, but I don't remember anything about it. And it's widely known that it's horrible, from what I've heard in the horror community. Everybody says how horrible it is, but everybody always has it, and it's still talked about. So went ahead and picked it up for like $1, I think. And I'll check it out, see what I think. It's probably bad like everybody says, but still seems like everybody wants to watch it and own it. So there you go, The Grudge. And then The Grudge 2. I only bought this because I found The Grudge and I didn't know it had a sequel, so this looks absolutely hideous. As if the first one doesn't look bad, this one looks just horrible. But that's my type of thing. I love these, the bad DVDs, and it's the unrated director's cut, so what more can you ask for? The Grudge 2, no clue what to tell you about this movie. And we have The Exorcist 3. This is one that I will definitely pick up on Blu-ray when I find it at a good price. Right now, my vintage stock has a copy of the Scream Factory, but it's like $25, and I don't know, I'm just not willing to spend that much on it yet. So I really like this Exorcist movie. It's very strange, but it's very good. Has one of the best jump scares. I think that's what it's widely known for. But some people like this one better than the original. I don't, but I think it's very good. It's a very good Exorcist movie. So I was happy to find this one. It has like, I can tell this is like when DVDs first started to become a thing, because it has this clip case, whatever you want to call them. I'm pretty sure that's what they were whenever DVDs first came out, and then they switched over to the regular cases. So, very old DVD. Snakes on a Plane. I've seen this one. It's a funny kind of thriller horror movie about snakes that go loose on a plane and start killing everybody. And it has Samuel L. Jackson in it. And I thought this was a cool cover. It's a slipcase cover. And I don't know, this one, it has a bunch of like extras and stuff, so if anything I'll probably just pop this one in to watch those. I'm not in a real hurry to rewatch the movie, really, but it's fun for a one-time watch, just with buddies or whatever. It's very funny. So Snakes on a Plane. Then we have Rogue, unrated. This looks hideous. I literally only bought this because the seller in the thrift store I was in was doing like a 10 for $10 ones, 10 for $10 DVDs. So I picked this one up and a few others just so I could get up to that 10, because I had like 5 movies which would have added up to more than $10. So I went ahead and just picked out 5 more. This was one of them. Looks horrible. I'll probably check it out one night when I'm bored. So I have no idea. Rogue. It will probably be one that I review on the random DVD reviews when I eventually do buy it, or when I eventually do watch it. And we have Cabin Fever. This is one that I've heard of, but never watched it. So found the DVD for cheap, so maybe now I'll watch it. And yeah, I don't know much about it. I just know that it's talked about quite often. Backing looks pretty cool, so don't know anything about it, but I'm intrigued to check it out. I love cabin horror and woods horror and stuff like that, Friday the 13th type stuff. So can't wait to check it out. This is the John Carpenter movie I was talking about earlier, Escape from LA. I know it's definitely not a horror movie, but it's John Carpenter, so he's the master of horror, so he automatically gets put in this video. I have Escape from New York on Blu-ray, so I went ahead and just picked this one up. I've heard horrible things about this movie, that it's not very good, but like I said, can't really listen to that when it comes to John Carpenter, so Escape from LA. Then we have Sinister. I didn't like this one really that much at all back when it came out, but pretty much just bought it for collection purposes. I think it belongs in the collection. It's a very popular horror movie, very divisive. So I don't know, I didn't think it was horrible, didn't think it was very good, but it's in my collection now, so I'll probably rewatch it. We're about halfway through the stack. Maybe a little over halfway. The Faculty. I've heard amazing things about this movie, so I definitely had to pick it up. From what I hear, it's like a Scream-ish feel, 90s sci-fi flick, so can't wait to check it out. I've heard very good things about it. I'm sure it's really good. I know that guy's very recognizable. I think he's in the Final Destination movies, if I'm not mistaken, or at least one of them. So, The Faculty, can't wait to check it out. Oh, my stack's about falling over. When a Stranger Calls. I think this is more of a thriller than a horror. This is another one that I picked up just to get to that 10 DVD mark, but don't really know anything about it. I'll watch it one night, so I don't know. Maybe it'll end up on the random DVD reviews. Don't know much about it. I think it looks like maybe a Scream ripoff, so I don't know. I love Scream. Interview with a Vampire. Don't know anything about it, but I like vampire flicks, and I'm trying to widen my perspective on vampire movies. So I've heard this is one that I hear being talked about quite often. So it has Brad Pitt in it, so didn't know that. Tom Cruise, pretty stacked cast. I'm sure this one is probably good, so check that one out. This is one from my childhood that we used to own, and I don't know what happened to the DVD. We probably destroyed it as kids, but I was happy to find this one in a cool holographic cover. Ghost Ship. This is like literally, from what I've heard people talking about this movie, either people love this movie or people hate this movie. I love this movie because I have nostalgia for it, obviously. Just in early 2000s, maybe even 90s, honestly. No, early 2000s. 2002 has a cool holographic cover. I don't get how people hate this movie. I mean, maybe you don't like it that much, but it's definitely not a horrible movie. It's just these people that find an abandoned, huge, gigantic ship that ends up being haunted. And it has one of the greatest openings to a horror movie ever. So I was glad to find this one, and I'll probably rewatch it soon for the nostalgia. And definitely check this one out if you haven't heard of it or haven't seen it. I don't get really how people don't like this movie. It's very entertaining, very good. Check this one out if you haven't seen it. Then we have Jamie Lee Curtis in Prom Night. This is a Jamie Lee Curtis horror movie that I have not seen. So I went ahead and picked it up. I've heard mixed feelings on this movie, so don't really know what to expect. I just hope it's a fun 80s slasher movie. This is a double dip for me, The Lost Boys. I already have the 4K Blu-ray, but this one is a 2-disc special edition. So I bought it just in case this one has special edition or special features that my 4K doesn't have, because it's my favorite vampire movie, one of my favorite horror movies. Love this movie. If you've not seen The Lost Boys, watch The Lost Boys. It will jump to one of your favorite horror movies of all time. I'm almost guaranteed on that. These, I'll go ahead and show these at the same time, because I usually don't buy these, but I don't know, I just felt like buying them. These are like horror movie packs. There's a 4-pack and then an 8-pack. I was pretty dumb because I bought this one for prom night, and then I forgot this one had prom night on it, so I bought prom night, as you've seen. But it has like Evil Bong and Demonic Toys, which is like cult classics that I hear talking about quite a bit, so still glad I got it. Probably those two are the only ones I'll watch. Maybe the others some night, who knows, but I don't know, really. And then this one is like a road horror. I love road horror and like highway horror. And this is like This is apparently a 4-pack of nothing but B-movie highway horrors, so I'll probably check all of these out, honestly. Especially Hell's Highway. That one looks intriguing. It's got a weird looking girl with a chainsaw in the rear view, or in the mirror, so that one looks interesting to me. Coming from the future, I watched Hell's Highway, and it's literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It looks like it was made on a flip phone for $5. The movies in this little pack right here are a lot more low budget than I thought they were going to be. It is really, really bad. And then The Craving looks interesting, so just pick this one up. I'll probably check them out sometime, so there you go. This one was a super weird find, and honestly I don't know why I bought it. It's Anaconda 3 Offspring. I've only seen the first one, but I thought maybe if I come across 2, I'll probably buy it. So I went ahead and got this one. Looks horrible, but just bought it for the collection. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't have picked this one up, honestly. Then we have Python. The cover intrigued me. Looks hideous. Looks like it's going to be a gigantic CGI snake or python coming after people. So hopefully it's cheesy fun. If it's not cheesy fun, then it's probably just going to be dreadfully bad and boring. So there you go, Python. It's called Feast. This looks like a cheesy monster horror movie, so it intrigued me. And with Wes Craven's name up there, definitely intrigued me. So can't wait to check that one out. Hopefully it's good. Never heard of it, so it's a Wes Craven that I've never heard of. This one is a movie that I don't really like that much, but I bought it for collection purposes. It's The Last House on the Left, the remake. I've not seen the original, which I do want to watch, but I've seen this one. It's a brutal watch. If you don't like really dark horror, definitely not for you. I don't know. Very few people would like this movie. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's the unrated edition. Bought it for collection purposes. Might rewatch it one day, but definitely not one I like to rewatch all the time. Just got it for collection purposes. Then we have The Cave. This is one that I watched on Netflix a while ago, and I liked it, so I wanted to get a copy of it. And I found it for like $2, so I don't think it's a special edition. It does have special features, so. The Cave, pretty good, just cave horror movie with monsters, so if that's your thing, if you think you'll like that, it's not focusing. Check it out, it's a pretty fun movie. Then we have 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. I love 30 Days of Night, and this is a sequel that I've never heard of, so can't wait to check it out. Probably not going to be good, but 30 Days of Night is a very underrated vampire movie set in a snow setting, so if you haven't heard of that one, definitely check it out. This one I couldn't tell you anything about. I'll have to let you know when I watch it. So 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. Getting down to the last little bit here. We got Kevin Bacon and Hollow Man. This is a very underrated Kevin Bacon movie. He's like a scientist that turns himself invisible and then he can't get out of it, so he just goes crazy. And it's a very good thriller movie. If you haven't seen Hollow Man, check it out. If you like Kevin Bacon, definitely check it out. Just a very underrated movie, so had to pick that one up. This one looked interesting to me. The Lost Voyage. This is like a ghost ship ripoff, it looks like. Or maybe it came out before, I have no idea. 2001. When did I say Ghost Ship came out? 2002 maybe? So maybe not a ripoff. But I like ghost ship, like abandoned ship horror movies, and this one looks pretty cool. It's probably going to be bad, but I don't know. That's the reason I pick them up. If it'll focus. There's the back. So hopefully it's a fun watch. I don't know, I like the cover. So then we have Winchester. It doesn't look like my type of thing, but it's a haunted house movie, and I don't know, it has a cool name, so don't really know what to expect with this one. Check it out, and I'll tell you guys about it when I check it out. We have Godzilla. I'm not really sure if it's counted as a horror movie, but I thought why not check it out on DVD, so Godzilla. Then we have The Bye Bye Man. Everybody hates this movie. I don't really know because I haven't seen it in years and I don't remember it. I remember when it came out in 2016, it had a huge hype of people wanting to go see it, at least in my grade, in my school. And it turned out being super horrible, but I don't remember it that much, so I went ahead and picked it up. I'll probably rewatch it someday, and I'll probably hate it, but oh well. Then we have The Crow, City of Angels, Salvation, and Wicked Prayer. I have not seen the first one, but I've heard they're good, or I've heard at least the first one's good, and I figured this was super cheap, so I went ahead and picked it up. I'll watch the first one someday, and I don't even know if this is 2, 3, and 4. It might be like 3, 4, and 5. I have no idea. But went ahead and picked them up because they look interesting. So with that being said, that is all of the DVDs. Got that massive stack out of the way. Can't wait to thrift more. Hope you guys enjoyed this long video. If this is something that you like and you like these big collection videos, let me know. Like the video or something. Let me know somehow, and I will keep making them. If not, then I'll just collect and just not make huge videos like this if you guys don't like them. So let me know if there's any of these movies you guys would like to see me review, and I will do it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.